So you've got the scores for the exteriors, and now it's time for the interiors. And there's a few surprises here from the TVR. First of all, where's the door handle? There doesn't seem to be one. This is where I have to work a bit of magic. Watch this. You've got to talk to it very calmly, stroke it, and then magic. Well, it's not really, actually. For some reason, they have put the door opener, it's a little button just under here. You press it and the door opens. Once inside the TVR, well, I can tell you, oh, you're in for a sensory treat. Now, I joked earlier on about the fact that the back looked like a bath. But when you get in here, it feels like you're after getting into one. You know that feeling you get when you slide into the bath and you get so relaxed you never want to move? Well, swap the bath for a TVR and you'll get the general idea. The big difference is, though, I can guarantee your bath won't have an engine that this baby has. In the middle here of the cockpit, you have this, which is the drive shaft, and it makes a lovely console, on top of which you'll find the gear stick, which is absolutely beautiful to use, and it's quite short, making it very, very sporty. As for the dash, well, I have to say it's one of the most creative and different dashes that I've ever seen in a car. Some of the little bits on it are fantastic. All the buttons and knobs are drilled aluminium and are beautiful to touch. And you've got these little two things behind the steering wheel. No, they're not gear changes like you find in Formula One. They actually change the settings on the computer, which appears up here on the dash. Seating position, I have to say it's very comfortable and very solid, something you'll need when you start throwing this around the place, but more about that later on. On the negative side, some of the materials and some of the finish aren't the best, but overall, ergonomically and aesthetically, this is a masterpiece. You can't quibble about the quality of finish in the Boxster. It feels totally solid, and again, everything is well laid out. Anyone who's familiar with the far more expensive 911 will feel right at home here. The layout and design are virtually identical. Step into the Lotus after the Porsche, and you're in for a culture shock. The door closes behind you with a rattle rather than a solid clunk, and there's none of the toys to play with. You might not want to spend hour after hour on the motorway in here, but for quick blasts around country lanes, there probably isn't a better place to be. I'm going to give top marks to the TVR for its interior. Now, yet again, this might be a little controversial, as I've already raised questions about the quality, but one look at it and you'll forgive it anything. It really is a visual treat. In second place, we've got the Porsche. No doubt it feels a lot better screwed together than the TVR, but it just doesn't have the flair of the Tamora, and is, frankly, a bit bland by comparison. Thirdly, we've got the Elise. The little Lotus was never going to win an interior test against competition like this. That's not what the Elise is about. And remember, it is significantly cheaper than the others.